20. The Fable of the Two Frogs. Two frogs, one from the village and one from a faraway pond, decided to explore the world together. One day, they accidentally fell into a deep pit. The pit was so deep that both frogs struggled to climb out, but the slippery walls made it impossible. The village frog began to lose hope and said, "We are never going to get out. We should just give up." However, the other frog, full of determination, kept jumping higher and higher, trying to reach the top. Villagers gathered around the pit and started shouting, "It's hopeless. Just accept your fate." But the determined frog did not give up. It continued to leap with all its strength. Eventually, it made one final powerful jump and got out of the pit. The villagers were amazed and asked the frog, "How did you do it? Didn't you hear us telling you it was impossible?" The frog replied, "I'm deaf. I thought you were encouraging me." Moral: ignore negativity and discouragement. Believe in yourself and keep pushing forward, no matter what others say. 21. The Humble Cobbler and the King. Once, in a village, there was a humble cobbler named Ramesh. He was poor but content, always singing and smiling as he worked on his small cobbling stall by the roadside. One day, a king visited the village in disguise and noticed Ramesh's cheerful nature. Curious, the king asked, "Why are you always so happy, even though you have so little?" Ramesh replied, "Your Majesty, I am happy because I am grateful for what I have. I have my health, my work, and the love of my family. What more do I need?" Impressed by Ramesh's wisdom, the king decided to test him. The next day, the king sent a bag of gold to Ramesh with a note saying, "This is a gift from the heavens for your happiness." Ramesh, overjoyed, took the gold home. But from that day on, he was no longer happy. He became worried about thieves stealing the gold, constantly checking to make sure it was safe. He stopped singing and smiling, consumed by anxiety. Realizing how his life had changed for the worse, Ramesh decided to give the gold back to the king. He said, "Your Majesty, I thank you for your generosity, but this gold has taken away my peace. I was happier without it." The king smiled and learned a lesson about the true nature of contentment. He respected Ramesh for his wisdom and continued to visit him to learn from his simple but profound outlook on life. Moral: true happiness comes from contentment and not from material wealth. Simplicity and peace of mind are more valuable than riches. 22. The Drought and the Faithful Farmer. In a drought-stricken village, the fields were dry and barren. The villagers lost hope as they watched their crops wither away. But one farmer, named Kishan, was different. Every day, he would go to his field and plow the land, even though there was no rain. The other villagers mocked him, saying, "Why do you waste your time? Can't you see there is no rain?" Kishan smiled and replied, "I believe in the power of hope. If I don't prepare my field, even if it rains, I won't be ready to sow my crops. I must have faith." Days turned into weeks, and still there was no rain. However, Kishan kept plowing and preparing his land. One day, dark clouds gathered in the sky, and it began to pour heavily. The villagers hurried to their fields, but only Kishan's field was ready for planting. His hard work and faith paid off, and he had a bountiful harvest that year. The villagers, realizing their mistake, thanked Kishan for teaching them the importance of hope and preparation. Moral: hope and preparation are essential, even in difficult times. Faith and hard work can bring rewards when least expected. These stories highlight the importance of contentment, courage, perseverance, preparation, and using wisdom to benefit all. Let me know if you'd like more stories or if there are specific themes you'd prefer.